It's time to talk about 2025. Now, I've got a few things to say. I think that this episode is going to be very helpful. Today, I'm going to cover what to expect energetically and really how to hold yourself in this upcoming year for your highest good. So, buckle up. Let's dive in. We're not going to, beat around the bush. Let's get into this. So, let's get started. Or as they say, it is time. It's time to talk about this. I want to talk about 2025. And first, if you're new to the podcast, I want to say hello, introduce myself. I'm Isabeau Maxwell. This entire podcast series, The Intuitive Sage, is all about giving you concepts, tools, techniques, understandings around your intuitive development and around your intuitive and spiritual energy so that you can live your best life. That's it. Get to know me, and you will agree that I am a cheerleader. Like, all I want is for your success, and that just fills me with joy. So a lot of the episodes in this series are going to be different tools. Try this technique, try that technique. But this one's going to be just a little bit different. This is going to be more of like a little bit of a long-term planning shift. Now, while it might not be a tool, it is going to be a perspective. I don't know if it's a perspective shift. It's going to be kind of more in, you'll get what I mean when we get into this, but it's going to be a little bit more in the category of, aha, I knew that. That's what's going to probably come up for you. You're going to be like, all right. And sometimes just hearing another person describe what's going on around us, we kind of know it, but we have a hard time putting words to it. And when we have a hard time putting words to it, because we're at the end of 2024 and we might be a little bit turned around right now, we just sort of hold still and we want a forward direction. This is your energetic forward direction on 2025. I'm going to talk about the energy of it. I'm going to talk about the invitation that is present right now and what 2025 is spiritually for you. All right, here we go. When it comes to, I'm going to backtrack ever so slightly and ever so quickly to talk about, I've been looking forward to 2025 since 2018, 2019, right around there in the beginning, before the pandemic hit. I work with my main guide. His name is Peter. And if you haven't met him yet, here's your introduction. He's funny, but he's also very knowledgeable and helps me with what I need to know. Doesn't tell me everything I want to know, but he will help me with what I need to know. That's the glory of working with guides. He has been talking to me since 2018, 2019. My memory is a little rough around the edges around that before the pandemic, but he's been talking to me about this upcoming 2025 year, and I've been looking forward to it. I have been just walking through, helping as many people as I can help, helping myself, doing some inner work, moving forward, going through the highs, going through the lows. And in the back of my mind, it's like, I got 2025 coming. I got 2025 coming. This is really exciting. Now, I have enjoyed every step of the way. Okay, I can't say every step of the way, right? But I've enjoyed most steps along the way since 2018. We can't deny that there's been some lows, but I have witnessed from 2018 to today, I have witnessed massive transformational change in individuals, massive spiritual change globally, and for individuals as well. I mean, there is nothing more impactful than the last 8 years for us to say, who am I? What do I want to do? What do I like? What do I love? Who am I authentically? Those questions came up for all of us. And now here we are today. So I'm in mid 2024 now. So we're still backwards a little bit in time. I am in mid 2024, teaching people how to hone their intuition. I've now opened up a space in my business, which just makes my heart sing, to help intuitives who want to go out and start a business intuitively. I just launched that. I'm so excited. The business program launched. I'm ramping up to 2025, right? And then the world around me, and I'm going to say it this way because this is not a religious or a political podcast in any way, shape, or form. I always speak in terms of energetics, whether it be individual, community, town, country, global. But I do not talk about politics and religion because you can get that everywhere. Here we go. The energy behind everything is more, just my opinion, can be more helpful at times to be able to figure out how to hold ourselves. Okay. So here I am cruising around 2024, right? I'm like, 2025 is right around the corner. And all of a sudden chaos. And we're going to leave it at the term chaos because everyone has a different version of that. And not everyone in the globe is affected by the same chaos that the person next to them is. So this is why I don't pinpoint into one topic or another, because for one person, their complete chaos that kicked in the last couple of weeks has nothing to do with the chaos that kicked in for you in the last couple of weeks, or the chaos that kicked in for me in the last couple of weeks. But in the end, there is chaos. There is the type of chaos that gets you to wonder if you're going to be okay. Now, follow me, because this is where the energetics go around this. The chaos invites you to wonder if you're going to be okay. The chaos on the outside, from the outside world, meaning not within your energetic system, the chaos in the outside world is saying, hey, you should be concerned. You should worry. Things are up in the air. Nothing's coming together. You don't know how this is going to unfold. And again, every walk of life, every group of people, everyone across the globe has their own version of this. But this chaos, it's almost like a mean little brother poking you with the fireplace poker that they took from the fireplace mantle, and you're like, stop it, stop it, stop it. And then you're not sure what's going to happen. You're not sure if mom and dad are going to come home soon, or how this is going to, or how I'm going to get them to. That's a very, very small example, but this is what the chaos is doing. So energetically, the chaos in your outside world is poking at you right now. Here's what I want you to hear. Open heart, right? Just open your heart to the concept, right? What I want you to hear is that this is an invitation. This is, for some, we're like, yep, I expected that. For some, their job turns upside down and they're like, I did not expect that. For some, their town turns upside down and they're like, I did not expect that. But for some, we did. For all of us, this is an invitation to see clearly. And this is the perspective shift that I'm hoping you can just think about from this episode. This is an invitation for us to see clearly that our emotional well-being, our happiness, and our spiritual energy, our magnetic energy, that's what we're going to get into to the end here, which is delicious. Our soul energy, our connection is being influenced by exterior sources, by external sources. What's happening outside of you is inviting you to feel like that is how you are doing. There is, it's like taunting you. It's saying, hey, look out here. It's not okay. Okay, here's your analogy. You're in a small house, beautiful cottage. You've been building this cottage from the ground up. You were putting the final details on, right? You were painting the little flower on the handle on the cabinets. You were hanging the selected drapes that you found. You love this cottage so much, and you've been building this over the last couple of years. And all of a sudden, outside of your cottage that you've been building, there's a giant explosion. And then there's another one. And then there's another one. And then the next day there's another one. And you're like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it means. I don't know if I'm going to be okay. I don't know if there's going to be another one. Okay. So outside in this analogy of this incredible little cottage that you built for yourself, which is just the perfect cottage for you, outside of that is this chaos happening that is unpredictable. These explosions, these like little bombs, right, that are happening outside of your home, these little I don't just make them fireworks, whatever. These loud noises, these bangs that are happening outside of your home, they're trying to wake you up and say, hey, when you can shift to an internal space of gratitude and power, is when you're going to get your magnetic abilities back. Now, what I mean by that is when we are in good times, it's easier for us to manifest. It's easy for us to do affirmations and have things fall into place. It's easy to get signs. It's easy to be what we call in the flow intuitively, where the next thing unfolds, and then the next thing unfolds, and the next thing unfolds. When we are in struggling times, whether it be with our environment, home, family, work, whatever the struggle is, whatever the chaos is, we tend to kind of lose the grip on it. We go, oh no, oh no, oh no, and we can get invited into a low vibrational fear state. There's nothing wrong with you if you did. I've got my moments, you've got your moments, we all do. If you run into someone that's like, I am never at a low vibration, please turn around and walk away. They're a little shady. So in this podcast, we talk about keeping it real when it comes to being human and having intuitive experiences. So when times are tough, they pull at us. But right now, the pull to the exterior chaos and to focus on it, and the pull to feel like the exterior chaos is going to be the make it or break it decision on our happiness, or the exterior pull is going to be whether we're okay or not, is so inviting right now, energetically. And I mean, we're talking families are conflicting, and again, doesn't even have to do with one particular area. So what do we do with this? What do we do with this? We recognize the chaos and we handle it intelligently as well. So let's go back to our cottage. Okay. We're in this little cottage and we've built it from the ground up. It is delicious. It has like pink marble counters. That's what I would want in my cottage. And we have put so much work into ourselves, into our inner. A cottage is the cottage you built is your inner self. It's your soul. It's your spirit. It's your inner power. It's your inner strength. It's your inner empowerment. We've spent so much time healing and growing and building this. And now we've got all of these loud chaos noises happening outside the cottage. What the invitation is saying is, can you, and I know you can, spoiler alert, I am going to give you a little tool here before we wrap up because I can't help myself. But can you let go of what's happening outside of that cottage and not let what's happening outside determine your happiness? Because stick with that example, the visual, the metaphor that we've created. You're in the cottage, and I want you to feel this. Imagine yourself in that cottage, the cottage you love so much. You're safe, you're sound, you're beautiful, you finally feel empowered, and there's chaos going outside. Imagine if every time standing in the middle of that cottage, you looked out the cottage window to worry about what's going outside, all the lights in the cottage dimmed, right? And it was almost like the cottage went off the grid. And a helicopter flying over couldn't even see that cottage now because the inside just went, all the lights shut down. Now imagine if you stopped looking outside that cottage window and instead looked at all the beautiful things inside the cottage that you have built, that you have created, that you have healed, and that you have loved. And when you do that, when you go within the cottage and you're like, okay, this is my space and I am happy and I'm empowered here, all of a sudden the cottage lights start to glow bright, and they glow brighter and brighter and brighter. And now helicopters flying over, people passing by, they see the warm light coming out of that cottage. And if you need something for that cottage, it's going to be so much easier for that something you need to knock on your front door and to show up because your light is on. Okay, this is the invitation. And I'm going to be real about it in just a second here. But in summary, the invitation is in 2025, your power is going to be found within and is going to make a ripple effect outside of you as a result of your internal empowerment, turning that cottage light on, shining it so frickin' bright that all these chaos out here better line up. And so it looked different. Instead of standing in the cottage looking outside going, oh no, you're now inside the cottage and the light is shining so bright that you're thinking to yourself, hey, outside sources, no, you're going to straighten out. We can't make change. We can't benefit our lives, our family, and our community if we're in a state of fear, if we're in a low vibration. And the outside is trying to test you right now to get you into that state of fear. And I told you I'll give you a tool. I promise. Just a couple more things I want to say, because like I said, I want to keep it real. I am not a promoter and never will be a promoter of blinders on, of saying, I'm just going to completely trust spirituality and everything about it and my intuition, and I'm going to just hide my head in the sand and ignore the world around me. I'm not saying never look out that window again of your cottage. I'm not saying completely ignore the chaos that's going on in your exterior world. What I'm saying is, if and when, and you probably should, look out that cottage window, you look at the exterior world and you say, what's going on? I need to stay informed. You do that, and then you stop, and then you go back to your power from within. You do that, you look out again, you stop, and then you go back to your power within, right? I know this is a silly example, but imagine a group of teachers that have the rowdiest, most chaotic, out of control students ever, and being in the room with all the students and trying to control it is the outside chaos. The teachers going into the teacher lounge, that's their inner balance. That's their peaceful place, right? That's their cottage. So you have to take care of the kids. You got to go out and you got to do your job. You've got to be aware of what's going on. Again, I'm a realist, right? Started a skeptic 20 years ago. I've got all of that balance going on. But 2025 is going to be the year where you will become absolutely magnetic. This is what we've been working toward. And there's stuff coming for 2026, 2027 too that is good. Hang in there. Stick with me. We'll walk through all these years. But and we're going to have fun. I promise. But right now, all you need to know is at the end of this year is the outside energetics saying to you, find your internal strength, find your internal power. Come from within, become magnetic. That way, the change that you want to see happen in your life will actually happen because you're centered and you're coming from your magnetic self, your magnetic core, and you're not being pulled along with the exterior world and what that is deciding for you. Are we affected by the exterior world? Yes, absolutely. You know, and I can come up with 18 different funny examples, but I'll skip them. Yes, we are affected by the exterior world, but that's not where your power is. And when somebody looks at me and says, how do I get through this? The better question to ask is, where am I most powerful? When you ask yourself that question, it will all click and you'll be like, got it. I am most powerful within. I am my strength. I am my light. I am my magnet. When you go within, and I'm going to give you the tool, when you go within, you will attract the people that are on your team. You'll attract the people that you need. You'll attract the things and the place and the experiences that are exactly what you need moving forward to make the difference that you want to make. None of this is talking about hiding. All of this is talking about resetting into your personal power. Now, here's your tool. Over the next week, what I want you to do, and it doesn't matter when you listen to this episode, hopefully you're listening to it at the end of 2024 and beginning of 2025. If not, catch up. You just do this and catch up a little bit. I got you, right? So what I want you to do is when you start to feel panic, when you start to feel worry, I want you to Find a way to give yourself like 20 seconds, right? If you're an event, go to the restroom. Be like, sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Just find 20 seconds to yourself. And then what I want you to do over those 20 seconds is you can do this silently. You don't have to do it out loud. What I want you to do is I want you to toggle between putting yourself into it, the exterior energy that's coming from exterior sources, the chaos that's around you. Feel your energy in that chaos, and then feel your energy within yourself, right? Go inward and feel your inner calm and your inner power. Then go outward, feel the energy of the chaos. Then go inward, feel your power. Go outward, feel the chaos. Go inward, feel the power. Go outward, feel the chaos. Go inward, feel the power. There is something extremely powerful about feeling the difference between the two. If you do this for a week, do it like 2 or 3 times a day. No, okay, say, here's the deal. I'm not wishing you 2 or 3 moments of chaos. But you don't have to do it 20 times a day. Just do it like 2 or 3 times a day. 20 seconds, toggling between feeling your power within and feeling what the external energy feels like. Feel the power within, external energy outward. Just toggle. How do I do that, Bo? Just do it. You got it. Just feel it. And even if you just need to say, right now, I'm feeling the chaos around me. Right now, I'm feeling my power within. Right now, I'm feeling the chaos around me. Right now, I'm feeling my power within. When you toggle back and forth like that for only 20 seconds, the comparison of the two is going to be your answer. You will start to, if you do this just for like a week, you will start to automatically, in moments of invitations of chaos, feel what it feels like to pull back into your power. This is your overall task in 2025, in addition to enjoying it. Now, the time that I'm recording this, there's a lot of chaos in the world right now. And there's maybe a moment where we feel like, am I really going to enjoy it, Bo? Am I? Check out some astrology, right? Check out Pluto and Aquarius right now. Dive in, see what's going to happen for you with that. Get back into and reconnected with your spiritual path as quickly as you can. Please find community. Please find community. Please find some teachings or something. I have the Sage Circle online spiritual community platform, and that's been it's been going for a number of years. It is full of unconditional love, empowered women, strong, spiritual, high vibrational information, meditations. It is an incredible community, and I would highly, highly suggest you look into it, right? We'll get a link somewhere, make sure that you have a link for the community somewhere. But anything that reminds you who you really are, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are not, it's not you being dragged along in the world. It's you being a beautiful, empowered, amazing spirit having this human experience. You drive the car. You are in charge. Find community. It will remind you of that. It'll remind you who you are. And that's your challenge. That's your challenge. I'm going to talk more about 2025 as we go. Because there's more details around it that are really fun and really good. And this is probably going to be the one where we focus in on, hey, yeah, this stuff is happening and the chaos is tough. This is what you do. Turn that light on in your cottage. All right. Tell someone you love them today. And I love you. This is your moment.